Jackson for the point.
Back to better through the block and down. Field goal!
Back to Best. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken, and you're on yourliveevent.com. We have got playoff volleyball in Minnesota coming your way tonight as the Hawley Golden Nuggets host the Pelican Rapids Vikings here tonight in Section 8AA playoff volleyball round 1 of the playoffs. It's a Wednesday night, and glad that you're tuned in and joined along with us for some great volleyball action. Hawley Nuggets come into this one ranked into number 2 as the Pelican Rapids Vikings come in number 6, I believe it was. As we talk about our two teams, and we'll talk with both coaches here in our pregame as well, and we're just so glad you're along for the ride in playoff volleyball. Can you believe the season's already come and gone? Interesting, isn't it? As I reminisce a little bit and look back to September 23rd of this year. If any of you were tuned in that night, that's because it was the first night I had done a Hawley Nugget volleyball game, and that's also who they were playing. It was the Pelican Rapids Vikings who were here in town. And they come to town once again, and we'll see what can happen in the postseason. In that matchup, the last time they were here in Hawley, it was 0-3 in favor of the Nuggets with a 25-14, 25-18, and 25-11 finish. So how have things changed? Well, it's been a couple of months, hasn't it? It's been almost 2 months, I should say. And so you see teams change and develop and do different things, and so that's exciting, and we're going to see that change tonight as well, as the pep band is here tonight as well for Hawley High School, playing us a little music to get us rolling and in the mood. Let's talk a little more about these two teams. We talked about the last time they got together. I'll come back to some of those notes. Overall, the Pelican Rapids Vikings 6-18. They were 0-7 in the section. In the conference, they were 0-6. As for the Hawley Nuggets, overall, they were 23-5. In the section, they were 10-3. And in conference play, 5-2. An exciting win over Breckenridge at the end of the season, winning that one in 4. And a very tough opponent that they faced there, and a little bit of a rivalry, as Coach Rustad had told us, and so very interesting there. And so a great game and a great way to end the regular season, and was in conference, was in the not in the section though. So a 10-3 overall again, section record for this Nugget team, and the Vikings 0-7. I talk about that with both these coaches as we get rolling here in the postseason. You're on yourliveevent.com. We have got some coaches' pregame comments coming your way in just a little bit. We're going to hear from Coach Kathleen Rustad of the Hawley Nuggets. We're also going to hear from Pelican Rapids Vikings head coach Heidi Eisemann. And I'm just excited. We've got playoff volleyball here in Minnesota. It's the first round, and we're ready to play it. So we'll let them continue to warm up, and you'll get to warm up a little bit as well. We'll be right back with Coach Kathleen Rustad of the Nuggets on yourliveevent.com.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
A Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. A Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, A Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
Leaf Balkan on your live event.
Walking down.
Extra pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Reggie diving. He's in.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
23-5 overall in the regular season, 10-3 in the section, 5-2 in the conference. You guys had an outstanding close to the end of the season. Are you able to carry that energy over into this playoff, you think?
I think that's my hope, yeah. You know, they've been practicing a couple days this week, and I feel like they've got the momentum right now, so hopefully they just carry it on into the court.
So, have things changed from regular season to postseason? Is it still pass and serve as we move ahead?
Yep, it'll always be pass and serve. Got to start with that.
Is there any other keys that we should be watching for maybe in this postseason, or maybe are we going to see some rotations of different players, or is it just going to kind of be steady as she goes?
I think it'll be as steady as she goes. On the contrary, Pelican comes out with something that we need to adapt to. I think the girls will be willing to do that too. So, yeah, you never know. Depends how the game goes.
Sounds good. Coach Kathleen Rustad of the Hawley Nuggets, best of luck tonight in the first round of playoffs.
Thank you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
Benson for the point. Walking down.
Congratulations on making it to the first round of playoffs. Unfortunately, you have to be on the road, but it's nice to be in postseason, isn't it?
It sure is. When we didn't get a postseason last year, it's just our girls are so excited to be at this place and be ready to start our postseason. So it's a really exciting night.
On the record side of things, 6-18 overall, 0-7 in the section, 0-6 in the conference, unfortunately. But you guys came up on the end, had a tournament, a couple of tournaments. How have you seen this team improve from beginning, actually from the first time we saw you on your live event to today?
You know, one great thing is we have our whole team back, and that's been not the case throughout the whole season. So we've made a lot of different changes and lineups and things, and these girls have been developing and just having to really adjust to the times. And having our whole team back and having us getting kind of in sync again is really exciting to see going into the postseason.
What are some of the keys we need to watch for tonight? Again, we saw Hawley, their first home game of the season, and you guys unfortunately dropped 3 there, but it's different now. You've played more teams, and so what are the keys for tonight and what we need to watch for?
Well, Hawley is a great all-around team, well coached, really balanced offense, and just scrappy defense. So, I mean, they're definitely a team to just be excited to play. These girls, we know we have to be able to know where their key players are. We have to be able to get ourselves in system, and that was a big struggle for us the first time we played them, is getting ourselves in system so we can bring a little bit more offense against Hawley to see how we match up better on the offensive end.
Do you feel a little fire in the belly, or the girls have that fire because you come in as an underdog, and I think a lot of people, including myself, like to root for an underdog?
That's so true, and I think that, you know, this is a young group, and they just love to play. And I think with that attitude, they're super excited to play tonight, and anything can happen.
Coach Heidi Eisemann of the Vikings from the Pelican Rapids in Hawley tonight. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
Harvest season is here, and that means making sure you receive the best uptime for your investment. Genuine AGCO parts from Norman County Implement keeps your equipment running throughout this harvest season and all season long. You get the guaranteed fit and performance that only AGCO parts can deliver. Norman County Implement will keep you going this harvest season with their parts and a service. Thank you for your business from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, your authorized AGCO parts dealer.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, seed conditioning, crop scouting and consulting, research and crop insurance, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
Hey, thanks for sticking around, everybody. I'm Leaf Bach, and glad to have you along for the ride here in our first round of volleyball playoffs on yourliveevent.com as the Hawley Nuggets host the Pelican Rapids Vikings in this first round. And you heard our coach's comments. I apologize if Coach Rustad's were hard to hear, but a lot of the same stuff we've talked about all season if you've been following the Nuggets this time. Pass and serve is going to be the key, and it sounds like we're going to have our regular starters and those kinds of things. So not a lot changing for the Nuggets, but again, coming off of a really big win at the end of their regular season. And they also participated in a tournament over the weekend, if I saw the schedule right. But I don't know if that was for everybody or if it was just for a handful of the folks. on the team. So good to see they're still putting in the work and going into the post game, and we'll see that change, of course, here in our playoffs. Talk a little bit about these two teams when they first met here in Hawley on yourliveevent.com. Hawley came up with the win 3-0, 25-14, 25-18, and 25-19. We are in the Section 8AA Volleyball, and the first set was kind of tight. They battled back and forth, but then the seniors, Alex Eilertson and Faith Rustad, well, they found some rhythm, and they were able to pull away with that 25-14 win. Then it was the same thing with an easy lead for the Nuggets in the second, but then there was some miscommunication and some net violations, which we've seen that, I believe, be a big factor in this season. The officials have been watching the net very closely. They've been watching the sets as well, the double hits for the violation there. So just keep your eye on that and see how it compares tonight compared to some of the other times we've watched throughout the season. But again, they were able to put it away 25-18, and then a 25-11 with an early lead. And that gave Coach Rustad a chance to get her bench in. And so interesting opportunity there, and good to see that she was able to utilize that. But now we're going to see how things go tonight. Again, if we see changes from the Vikings compared to the last time, Coach Rustad said they'll make some changes, but otherwise we're going to see the regular personnel out there on the Nugget side of things. As for the Vikings, we just heard Coach Eisemann talk a little bit about her team and a struggle for their season, but they're young, and so that's good to hear that there's going to be some development there as they continue on. So that'll be good to see, good to hear from Coach, and that's just what you have to look forward to from the Vikings. But that doesn't mean anything. We've got postseason volleyball, and anything can happen from night to night in any situation. My good friend Ben is here now. He's going to run our camera tonight for us as we continue our pregame and talk a little bit about the last time these two teams met. Faith Rustad led the way with kills for the Hawley Nuggets with 8. Anna Steer had 7 that night, and her younger sister, Isabel Steer, we call her Izzy. I guess they call her Izzy, I should say, had 6 kills and 3 blocks. And so good job there. I'm sure Eilertson, I don't have the stat here. It was cut off on my page, but had the most assists, as that's her job as the setter. As for Pelican Rapids, we saw 4 kills from both Kelsey Eisemann and Anna Roisum. And then we saw 3 kills each from Tori Stephenson and Ellie Welch. Sophia Paulson had 6 assists in that game on September 23rd of 2021. Well, we are getting ready to play some playoff volleyball. It's Section 8AA Round 1 volleyball. The number 2 hosting the number 6 tonight on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and we're going to be underway in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. They'll have the national anthem, and we'll come back with your starters in just a little bit as well. School song begins to play here at Hawley High School, Hawley, Minnesota. Leaf Bakken on yourliveevent.com. We've got playoff volleyball action coming your way in just a little bit.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
Well, they just announced the non-starters for our game tonight as we get ready to roll with the volleyball game in Section 8AA Playoff Volleyball. I'm Leif Bakken on YourLiveEvent.com as we get to our starters for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Number 6 is Sophia Paulson. Number 7, Tori Stephenson. Starting tonight. Also going to see Anna Roysum step out onto the floor first off. Number 11 is Kelsey Eisemann. Ellie Welch wearing the number 14. And we'll also see Claudia Guroth step out there as well. The Pelican Rapids Vikings wearing their black jerseys with the orange numbers and lettering. Morgan Korf wearing the number 1. She'll be the libero and wearing the orange. For the Hawley Golden Nuggets, wearing their maroon with the gold numbers, number 5 is Anna Steer. She's a middle hitter at 5'9" and a junior. Number 6 is Alex Eilertson, a 5'7" senior setter and right side hitter. Number 7 is Grace Fleming, an outside hitter, 5'8" senior. Number 8, Faith Rustad. She's an outside hitter, 5'9" senior. Number 9, Isabel Steer. She is a middle hitter at 5'9" and a freshman. We talked about her earlier. And also number 11, Ashley Fletcher, a senior at 5'7", setter, defensive specialist. Tonight, Allie Reap is wearing the libero jersey, as we haven't seen the libero jersey for a while for this Hawley Nugget team. as the PA announcer says, let's get some playoff volleyball on. And I agree completely. Thanks for joining us tonight as we talk about our two teams and get ready to go here in set number one. Head coach for the Pelican Rapids Vikings is Heidi Eisemann. She's assisted by Marie Tupke, Amanda Bells, Madison Oswald, and Whitney Gravelin. Hawley Golden Nuggets are head coached by Kathleen Rustad, assisted by Marissa Thompson, Shannon Olson, Nicole Martin, Kim Olvin, and Allie Reno. Once again, got Ben on our camera tonight. We appreciate his help and thank him for being up here. As, wow, they've got the bass turned up on that pretty good as our camera shakes a little bit. The Hawley High School Pep Band, great job by Mr. Johnson and his crew. They did a great job tonight. Really appreciated the music, and I know the ladies do as well when they've got the live music to get them pumped up. Ben giving us a little view of what's going on. We've got a lot of Pelican Rapids folks here, so that's good to see, and it looks like the student section is popping over there. We've got pretty full stands for the Hawley Nuggets as well, hosting the first round of Section 8AA playoffs. And we're glad you're tuned in on yourliveevent.com. Officials checking everything on the floor, making sure we're all clear. Looks like we will see Anna Roysum. She was on the floor. Korf will step on. That's Morgan Korf, the libero. She's wearing the orange jersey. The Vikings will start to serve for tonight. Let's see. Am I ready? Are you ready? Well, I guess we better be ready. It's time for playoff volleyball in Hawley, Minnesota from Hawley High School. Serve will start with Sophia Paulson. She gets it over the net. It'll be an ace to start things out, just out of the gate. As it was just out of the space of Rustad, they weren't ready to receive that one. Not the way you want to start off playoff volleyball, but here we go. Pelican Rapids with the first one on the strike. This time Rustad will get to it. Eilertson on the second touch. Attack by Steer. Great job on the dig by Stephenson. Free pass over. Eilertson sets it up. Here's Fleming on the attack. Picked up by Eisemann. On the attack. Good job by Fletcher as Welch went on the attack there. Good block up front as the Nuggets try to recover from it. They do go over on two. Here's Welch again on the attack. Block up front set up by Steer and Fleming, but it doesn't quite work out, and it turns into 2 points there for Pelican Rapids. Welch with the kill there, and they're up 2-0 to start this one off. Fletcher on the reception of that serve. Good job by Fleming on the pursuit there. Now it'll be free balled across by Stephenson. Rustad, Eilertson, here's Fleming on the attack. Good block by the Pelican Rapids Vikings up front. Garuth and Welch with the block. And I apologize, Welch was there, but also Claudia Gurath. Puts them up 3-0 as Stephenson continues to serve. Rustad gets underneath that one. Eilertson and now Fleming sends it to the far side. Korf trying to get to it, does get saved. Eisemann to it and then pushed over, and now we'll see a violation, a double hit on Sophia Paulson. So the Nuggets get their first point on an error caused on the Viking side of things, and we'll see if they can go on a run here. Fleming on the serve to start things off for the senior. Eisemann on the attack. Fletcher got underneath that one. Attack from the back is by Izzy Steer. But it's just too far as the line judge steps out of the way. And the Vikings are up 4-1 with Eisemann serving. Fletcher has a free pass across. They go right and finds a spot on this near side. Nice job there by Claudia Guroth. She'll get the kill on that free pass that was sent off too hard by Fletcher. 5-1 lead, Eisemann serves. Rustad got a odd touch on it, so they send it to the back. That's from Eilertson on the last touch. Welch trying to push it over. Hard block, a little miscommunication. Hard set over by Fleming. Now the Vikings work it. Korf, hard set to the back row. Fletcher, a little bit odd off of her arm. Here's Steer on the light set over. There's Stephenson to pick it up. Hard set by Welch. Good call off by Fletcher. Now Fleming goes on the attack. Dug up by the Vikings, just too hard, and there's a big kill as Anna Steer jumps up and takes care of business there. So 2-5 deficit here for the Nuggets as they serve. It always seems to be that the one who gets the points is the one who serves. Steer serves and gets the ace. So maybe that's the turnaround they needed as the junior tries to get things rolling for the Hawley Nuggets, down 3-5 in set number 1. Spirit fingers from the student section as Steer serves. Welch on the reception. Paulson, and then a big block up front. Great job by Izzy Steer and Alex Eilertson taking care of the net. Give them each a block, half a block. In the stat book, down by 1 now, the Nuggets are. Korf on the reception, good job there. Paulson sets it up for Welch on the other side. Good block once again. Great job there. That time it'll be Steer along with Rustad. That'll wrap us up at 5 on yourliveevent.com. I just glanced over. Looks like the Pelican Rapids Vikings brought a mascot, but that's a Pelican, not a Viking, off to the side here. Ben and I will have to discuss that later. Aren't they the Vikings, not the Pelicans? What a silly thing. 5-5. Ball being worked around. Rustad sending it over. Korf going on the recovery. Nice job. It'll be free balled across by Eisemann to the back where Fletcher is. Eilertson sets up Rustad. Pushes it through Welch's block. Good job for Faith Rustad on the kill. Set up by none other than Alex Eilertson. And they finally take the lead in set number 1. Anna Steer still on the serve. This one too hard. And so the Vikings will get a point and wrap it up at 6 in set number 1 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. This will send Ellie Welch to the back to serve. Nuggets work it around. Rustad goes on the attack. Finds the back line on the kill. Great job there for Faith Rustad. Eilertson with a great setup as per usual. McKenna Iverson steps on, the senior for the Nuggets. I also think we saw a substitution on the Vikings side. That was Roysum coming back in. Eilertson got underneath her attack. Steer and then Rustad finds the back again. Great job there for Faith Rustad. Give that assist to Anna Steer as Eilertson was the one who had the first touch. She is serving. Korf gets to the ball. Stephenson and now punched over. Here's Iverson trying to go on the attack. Puts it into the net, unfortunately. So that'll give Pelican Rapids Vikings a point. And down by 1, they'll get to serve the ball. Hazel Haugrud stepped onto the floor a little bit ago as well. Freshman for this team, and she serves. That's Fleming who got the reception. Nice job by Izzy Steer on the attack. This one kind of an odd attack, and they will call a carry there on Stephenson. So that mistake will give the Nuggets a point. Surprisingly quiet for my liking of playoff volleyball tonight, folks. But we're just in set number 1. As the Nuggets are working it around, Fleming trying to find the back. Korf passes it over. It goes out of bounds. They put that down as a kill for Grace Fleming. So good job there. 10-7 lead now. This is Rustad serving. light serve, and it goes to the middle. There's an ace for Faith Rustad as the Vikings tried to call out that being short. Just a little too late on the call, trying to get to the ball. So we'll continue to see the senior serve. Eisemann there, Korf, and now Eisemann will free pass over. Rustad gets underneath it. Eilertson down on one knee, gets it set up for Izzy Steer for the kill. Eisemann couldn't quite handle it as it went off her arms funny. (12-7) lead now for the Nuggets. Rustad continuing to serve. Haugrud was going after it. Korf called her off, and it was just a little too late, and so it turns into another ace there for Faith Rustad, and we go to a timeout. We'll take one as well here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and it's 13 for Hawley Nuggets, 7 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. More playoff volleyball action coming your way.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leaf Bach, and glad to have playoff volleyball action for you. As we get rolling here, we are in set number 1. Community Co-op scoreboard tells us Hawley has 13, Pelican Rapids has 7, and Ben and I agree that it is silly to bring a Pelican suit if you're the Vikings, but I get it, you're Pelican Rapids. It makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, Pelican Rapids, as we continue on here. Back and forth action as Hawley's able to tip that one over. Great job by Alex Eilertson setting up the freshman, and that just goes to show you the excellent, what's the word I want? Mentorship of the senior to a freshman. I mean, they play different positions, but the leadership of this senior team has been great as we see another ace here for Faith Rustad. That is 3 in this run they've got, and they're on I believe she's on a 7-point run here on her serving, so I'll need to keep track of that. As Haugrud was trying to get to it, and it doesn't work out. She couldn't put enough oomph behind it to get it back to the floor. There's another ace for Faith Rustad. We go 16-7 in favor of the Nuggets. This one will be received by Eisemann. Then it'll go over to Roisum, sent over by Haugrud. Iverson is the one who goes on the attack. A little bit odd setup for her, but they get it to work. Pelican Rapids gets it to work as well. Here goes Hawley Nuggets. Fleming on the attack and the kill. Great job there for Grace Fleming. Puts them up by 10 as Rustad continues to serve. Fleming, a 5'8" senior for this Nugget team. Korf, hard set as it was heading to the back line. Good recovery, though, by the Vikings. This one just too hard of a swing. Oh! Okay, yes. So the ball was out of bounds. I was wondering why they signaled just a little bit different, but it was out of bounds on the kill. And so that's where the Vikings got that score. And now we see that one go too far on that kill. So another point for Pelican Rapids makes it 9-17 as we see the Vikings serve. Here's Iverson for the Nuggets on the attack and the kill as it goes just in between Paulson and Stephenson. Good job for McKenna Iverson. Make it in the books there on the kill. Allie Reap, the libero for tonight, stepping on. Talk a little more about her in a second as the Nuggets work with it. Send it to the back line is Anna Steer. Great job there by Anna Steer. Set up once again by none other than Eilertson. They have the 10-point lead and another timeout called by the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Coach Eisemann wanting to take a break here. As we look here, Alexa Allie Reap is a 5'7" sophomore. She is wearing the number 4 as she is the libero tonight. We've seen her wear that jersey here in in the last few games to end the season. Toward the beginning, and when I first started coming down to Hawley to do your live event games, Coach Rustad did not have a libero, which is fine. Defensive specialist libero, and she decided not to do that. And she talked about that in one of her games. I asked her, and you have to have the right people to fit the role. And I completely agree with that mindset and thinking about that. So keeping that in mind, it looks like Allie Reap fits the role, and she's been doing a good job of it. So there you have it. There's the story behind libero side for the Hawley Nuggets, as Reap will serve as we get resuming play. Eisemann on the reception, Paulson, and then blocked up front. That was Steer and Fleming. Korf is going to be on the reception on this next one. Another good block up front by the Nuggets. Vikings able to work with it. There's Reap, Eilertson, and then Fleming just a little too close to the tower and a little close to the net. So unfortunate there as things get turned over. Korf will be the one to serve.
Serving for the Vikings is number 1, Morgan Korf.
Reap on the reception. Nice little tip over. That's a good job. Eilertson had that set high enough there for Anna Steer to get the kill. And she's just able to push that over with the tips of her fingers into no man's land behind the two that were coming up to block. I mean, that was Stephenson and Paulson coming up to make the block as Fletcher steps back on for the Hawley Nuggets. 21-10 lead as the Vikings. They do a similar thing there, tipping it over. Nice job by Eilertson getting underneath it. Fleming trying to send it to the back corner. Finds that back corner. My goodness. Great job there by Grace Fleming. (22-10) is the score. Set 1 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Here's Welch going on the attack, but as she approaches, they call 2 hits on the setter. So here's Fletcher once again on the serve. Korf gets to it. There's Paulson to get things set up. Ooh, a little miscommunication, but Haugrud sends it over. Here's Fleming on the attack. That one will be out of bounds. Just too much power. But you got to like the energy on the floor. So Paulson will now serve for the Vikings. Rustad, Eilertson, and here's Steer. Hard hit down, but Korf is there. It goes back, and Reap can't quite get to it. Just a little bit out of place there for the Hawley Nuggets. But they still have the 11-point lead. Sophia Paulson continues her serve. This one will go out the side door. So service error turns into a point for the Nuggets, and we look to set point as Grace Fleming serves. Korf on the dig. Paulson, now Welch, through the block where Fletcher gets it in the back row. Eilertson sets it up for Rustad. Underneath it is Gurath. She'll go on the attack as well. Reap, Eilertson, and now on the near side, Anna Steer sends it just too far. Are they saying there was a tip? Nope. Pelican Rapids comes up with the point on the hard hit. Anna Steer going on the attack. A good one, but just too far. So trying to put this one away. The Nuggets were, but we'll have to extend it a little bit. Still set point as this is Eisemann who's on the serve, sorry. As I say that, great job for Anna Steer with a kill and to finish things off. 10 assists also in that first set. And in this game for Alex Eilerson, great job there. 25-13 is the end of set number 1 as the Nuggets take that one, and we'll talk about that set in just a little bit. Great job by Faith Rustad, who had a good serve run there. So that really helps things out. We'll talk more about it as we prep for set number 2 on yourliveevent.com. 25-13 after one set on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Keep it right here.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
We're about to start set number 2 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach and glad to have the play-by-play action for you as I've been following the Hawley Golden Nuggets this season on their on Your Live Event here on their home turf, and glad to have the play-by-play action for you. Ben running the camera, doing a great job as usual, so appreciate his help as that first set we saw the Nuggets take out the Vikings 25-13. Slow start with some mistakes by the Nuggets as they got the Vikings got ahead, and then the Nuggets got rolling with an 8-point service run for Faith Rustad. That was enough of a lead to go back and forth a little bit, but enough of a lead to keep things rolling to a win of 25-13. Does that sound familiar to anybody? The first time we talked, first time I came on air for Your Live Event for volleyball, it was a 25-14 first set win for the Nuggets. Well, here we are, set number 2, getting ready to roll. Glad you're along for Minnesota playoff volleyball. So that's really exciting. We got to hear from the pep band earlier. We have some tunes playing tonight as Fleming will start our serving for the Nuggets against the Vikings of Pelican Rapids. Nice hustle there by Paulson. As she was trying to get to that ball, it was really close to the net, but she steps across the line. So that error not going to work as Fleming tried to do a little soft serve ice cream there, but just not enough to get past the net. So starting things off interesting with a 1-1 start, and Eisemann will be the one to get things rolling on the Viking side. Rustad, Steer, and then Eilertson sends it over, a little out of the ordinary. Welch on the attack, and that'll be too far. Ellie Welch doing a nice job in there for the Vikings. She's a sophomore for this Viking team. As Anna Steer steps back and serves and will get the ace. Her second of the night. As Eisemann couldn't quite handle it and puts them up 3-1 in set number 2. Last time these two teams met, it was 3-0. As nice block up front. Welch was going on the attack, trying to tip it over. And a great job by Izzy Steer and Faith Rustad. I'm picking the wrong time to tell stories. But I'll get it figured out. Anna Steer continuing her serve. She had a good service run last time. This one a little hard and high off of the ceiling. Free ball over to the Nuggets. Eilertson going to change things up. Goes after Korf. Korf got to it according to the officials, but not enough space underneath it. So a little out of the way, but a lot out of, I don't want to say out of character, because she does that fairly often, but not terrible often for her to get a kill. Great job for Alex Eilertson. Here's a light one from Steer, throwing the Vikings off. Paulson will be the one to free pass it over. Eilertson setting up Steer. This one to the back and finds the back line. So there's a kill for Steer and an assist for Eilertson. (6-1) in favor of Hawley. Korf on the reception. Paulson, here's the attack by Stephenson, and then a block up front. Good job there. It looked like Eilertson and Steer. So I'll mark that down for each of them. And so that goes 7-1 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. In set 2, Coach Eisemann wants to have a word, and so I'll let you have a word at home as well. Be right back.
Harvest season is here, and that means making sure you receive the best uptime for your investment. Genuine AGCO parts from Norman County Implement keeps your equipment running throughout this harvest season and all season long. You get the guaranteed fit and performance that only AGCO parts can deliver. Norman County Implement will keep you going this harvest season with their parts and a service. Thank you for your business from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, your authorized AGCO parts dealer.
7 for the Hawley Golden Nuggets, 1 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings in set number 2 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. The Nuggets lead the Vikings 1-0 here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bakken with the play-by-play action for you. Anna Steer continuing to serve. She's having a good run here in the second period. She had a pretty decent run in the first as well. Got the Nuggets out of their deficit with the help of some other players as well. Here's Rustad on the attack. Welch was there for the block, and she tried to save it as it falls out of bounds just out of her reach. And that's really hard. I've seen some players do it. Very athletic players do the block and then dig it themselves. I've seen it a handful of times, and I believe it's at the college level. I don't know if I've seen it at the high school level. Another great serve for Anna Steer. She's going to get her third ace of the night, second of this set, and really put the Nuggets in a good position, up 9-1. This one going to be short. They call it out. Good job by Welch to get there. Paulson back to Welch. And then this one goes off the edge of the arm of Steer. A little bit of power behind that one. Might have gone out of bounds, but great job there for Ellie Welch. She'll get the kill. And Sophia Paulson coming up with the assist as Welch steps back and serves. That was just a little bit hard off the Nuggets, but then a good job to help it out there was Eilertson. So Iverson will step onto the floor once again. She's wearing the number 13, the 5'10 senior. Eilertson will step back at serve. This one comes back to Korf. Paulson on the bump set. Then sent over by Roysum, and then it's mishandled by the Nuggets. So the Vikings will come up with the point and see if they can close the 7-point gap. As I say, so Gurith, will step off the floor. We'll see the freshman Haugrud step on. Steer able to get underneath it. Might have been out, but doesn't matter. They're going to play it anyway. Rustad on the attack and looking for the kill, but it's going to be saved. Good job by the Vikings. This one tipped over by Izzy Steer. The freshman doing a lot of hard work tonight. Anna Steer in the back. Eilertson and then Rustad just too far. That was just real close. I could see from up here. Nice job there by Faith Rustad, but the Vikings catch a break there and get the point. Iverson on the tip over. Good job by Haugrud. Here's the attack and a block by the Nuggets. Good job by the Vikings getting underneath it, but couldn't quite get it to fly back up. Iverson and Steer on that block. Faith Rustad on the serve. Nicks the net, I should say, but the Vikings are able to work it around. Steer to Eilertson. Now here's Iverson, and she puts it to the middle of the floor for the kill. Great job there for McKenna Iverson, receiving it from her senior friend, teammate, Eilertson. Rustad once again on the serve. Ball worked around by the Vikings. Here's the attack and the block up front by Stevenson. Stevenson on the attack, I should say. Vikings work it again. Another big block. Great job by Steer and Fleming this time. That'll put the Nuggets up 13-4. Get our community co-op scoreboard right, and there it is. Faith Rustad just a little too light on that serve. And that'll be 13-5 now in favor of the Nuggets, but the Vikings will have the ball. Tori Stephenson, serving. Just too much sauce on that one, the senior. Trying her best tonight. Just a handful of seniors on this Viking team. We heard Coach Eisemann talk about in the pregame about a young team she's working with. Allie Reap, the sophomore, steps onto the floor and does the same thing her opponents just did. Too much mustard. So it'll be 14-6 as the Vikings serve. This is Morgan Korf. Rustad, Eilertson, and then a big attack there by Steer. Korf couldn't get to it, or well, did get to it, but it bounced hard off the ceiling. And now Ashley Fletcher will step back onto the floor as Iverson steps off. Here's Welch on the attack, sending it to the back where Reap is. Eilertson sets it up for Fleming. She sends it to the back for Korf to dig up. There's Paulson, and then sent over by Stephenson. Good job by Eilertson dropping down to set it up for Anna Steer on the kill to the back. Pretty good gameplay here for the Nuggets, setting it up with a 10-point lead as well. Set number 2, they already have set number 1 under their belts as Fletcher puts too much sauce on it.
Serving for the Vikings, number 6, Sophia Paulson.
Ball almost mishandled by the Nuggets. They get it across. Here's the Vikings to work with it. Stephenson, Paulson, and now Guroff. Rustad now for the attack. Good job by Stephenson in the back. Welch on the tip over. Did that hit the line? Yes, they say so. Good job for Welch. Ellie Welch getting some points in tonight. Sophia Paulson on the assist again. Anna Steer on the attack. Korf is there, but it's sent right back. This one very close to the net, and this one bounces off the top of the net and then out of bounds as Fleming was trying to go on the attack. Eilertson just set it up too close, and that happens sometimes. Vikings aren't going home without a fight, they said. As Steer puts it into the block, it ends up on the wrong side for the Vikings. Oh, they actually end up calling a carry.
Number 7, Grace Fleming, serving for the Hawley Nuggets.
Fleming on the serve. Korf is there on the dig. Here's Paulson on the setup. Now it's going to be hard push over by Eisemann. Good job by Fletcher to get there. Eilertson and then Rustad trying to send it to the back and will get the kill. Good job for Faith Rustad. That'll make it 18-9. 9-point lead on the Community Co-op scoreboard for the Hawley Nuggets. Fleming on the serve. This one to the mid-back where Stephenson gets to it. Paulson, now Welch. Big block up front. Eisemann gets to it and it goes over. Rustad, Eilertson back to Rustad. She sends it to the corner where Korf is. Nice dive there. Here's the attack from the back row from Stephenson. Here's Steer on the setup. Nice job for Stephenson to be in the right spot, but it goes out to the side. Paulson was trying to chase that one down. Great job for Anna Steer. Ten-point lead now. Like a knuckleball floating through the air. Eisemann goes on the attack. Big block up front by Rustad and Anna Steer. Put those points up for the Hawley Nuggets. 20-9 now. Fleming, this one a little bit off and short. It'll turn into an ace as it gets across, and Eisemann can't handle it. Grace Fleming with her first ace of the night. And a 21-9 lead. She sends it to the back corner where Gurath was there, but she wanted to give it a set, and it was just coming in too hard. Hits her hands and slides past her. Good job here for Grace Fleming. 22-9. Stephenson, Paulson, now Welch. Hard attack to the back corner. She's excited about that. I like it. Good job for Ellie Welch. Puts it in no man's land in the back corner. 22-10 on the serve is Eisemann. Good job to open up to Fleming from, that was Fletcher. Here's the attack by Steer. Both Eisemann and Korf go after it, and so that leaves nobody to recover on the back end.
Serving for Hawley, number 5, Anna Steer.
This one going to be just too hard for Anna Steer. We saw her earlier have a good run, and let's see, get this all fixed. There we go. Steer steps off, and we're going to see our first substitution on the Nuggets side of things. I guess our second, Amanda Nelson, stepping on. She is a 5'1" junior. Eilertson had to pass that one over, unfortunately, and it turns into points for Anna Roisum. So the Vikings clawing, trying to stay in it, down 23-12. Here's Welch on the serve. Rustad receives it. Eilertson has to chase it down. Now Rustad will go on the attack. This one goes over the top and then out. Rustad was going up to it, and it turns out to be out of bounds. Iverson steps back onto the floor. Eilertson steps back to serve. Fletcher will take a seat on the bench. Looking at set point here as this one goes back across. That was Fleming to get to it. Rustad, and then Eilertson sending it over. Korf will dig. Here's the attack by Roisum. Iverson on a second touch pass over. Korf, Paulson, and then Roisum. Good job by Eilertson. Iverson sends it over on 2 again. Vikings trying to get a good look at this one. Korf on the attack. Nelson on the setup, and her hands were just offset enough. So unfortunate there on the error. She kind of grins that one off. So it remains set point here. In set number 2, Halgrud steps onto the floor and serves. Fleming got underneath, a little awkward, but the Nuggets are able to save it. Stephenson, ooh, this one kind of odd too. Is this going to be too many? No. Good job by Rustad. I thought that might be 4 hits. Here's Royzem on the attack. Good job by Eilertson getting underneath it. Nelson, now Rustad, free pass over. Korf in the back row. Here's Nelson. Royzem goes on the attack. Eilertson, Iverson goes over on 2. Vikings have the Nuggets kind of off balance, and then as they go on the attack, the block is put down by Izzy Steer and McKenna Iverson. And that is how we close out set number 2. 25 for the Nuggets, 13 for the Vikings. Where did we hear that before? Oh, that's right. It was the first set score as well. You're listening, or actually you're watching, Hawley Nugget Volleyball and Pelican Rapids Vikings Volleyball in Minnesota playoff action for Section 8AA. On YourLiveEvent.com, we have more volleyball action coming up. Set number 3 after this.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at Agramax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, seed conditioning, crop scouting and consulting, research and crop insurance, Agramax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact Agramax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agramaxllc.com.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Well, we get a little Irish dance going here as we go into set number 3 on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bakken, glad to have the play-by-play action for you as the Hawley Nuggets lead the Pelican Rapids Vikings 2-0 in Section 8AA Playoff Volleyball here in Hawley, Minnesota. In that second set, we saw 25-13, the final score, just like the first set. Strong start by the Nuggets. Good service runs for Anna Steer and Grace Fleming. They did a great job. Then a couple hard hits by both teams out of bounds, kept things back and forth a little bit. Late set rally by the Vikings, but it was cut short as the Nuggets were able to seal it away. As I say that, Nuggets go on the attack. Now we'll see what the Vikings can do, and a good tip over by Ellie Welch. Sophia Paulson with the assist. Ellie Welch with the kill as she tips it over, and the Pelicans start things off. Excuse me, the Vikings. There's a Pelican mascot over here. It's throwing me off, and they're from Pelican Rapids. I'm going to get it. Eisemann goes on the attack. Wrong side for the Nuggets. Eisemann comes up with the points. Great job there for the Vikings, sporting their black and orange. Fleming was going on the attack. She hits the antenna. And so out of bounds is called. And it is now 3-0. So a little spark of a run here for the Vikings. That one was on its way back. Rustad got to it anyway. This one rolls on the net. Good recovery for the Nuggets. Korf twisting and turning to get to that one. Eisemann trying to push through the block and does so successfully. Where is she at? There she is. Eisemann, 2 kills on the night. According to my statistics, unofficial, of course. As Paulson is got 6 assists and puts that one into the net. And so this was kind of like the first set where we saw the Vikings go on this run with errors by the Nuggets, and then finally an error puts them on the board. Fleming on the attack, or on the serve, I should say. Eisemann goes on the attack. Good job by Steer in the back. Eilertson and then Rustad. Nice block. Good job by Korf on the dive as there's a block by the Nuggets, and it'll be put down. Good job for Rustad and Steer. That's Anna Steer. A lot of back and forth there for just 1 point, 2-4. That's Gurath who went on the attack there, excuse me, as I gawk at what's going on the floor. Free ball across as the Nuggets send it, and there's Eilertson on the second touch, kill to the back corner. So that'll make it 3-4. 1 point deficit here for the Nuggets. Fleming continuing on the serve. Stephenson on the reception. Here's Paulson, and then Eisemann puts it through onto the other side of the net and stops things for the Nuggets as they were trying to run and take over. Vikings doing a little pillaging to start off this third set. As I say that, the Nuggets will get a free point off of the service error. The junior, Anna Steer, to serve now. Eisemann gets the pass. It'll go right back to the Nuggets. Nice job by Eilertson trying to go on 2 touches, and then I think there was 2 touches there by Gurath, but no call. This one goes to the back corner. Did they consider that a block? That was kind of odd. Doesn't matter, we're past it now as Royzum gets the kill, and it's 6-4. Fletcher is there on the reserve reception from Welch, and there's a big kill for Faith Rustad. Iverson will step onto the floor now. Eilertson will step back. 17 assists for her tonight. She likes to vary her serves. As I say that, she gets an ace. She hasn't had one on the night yet, but there it is. She likes to vary her serve and kind of keep the other team on their toes, which is a good thing to see and a good thing to do. This one goes to Gurath, goes off the ceiling. They've been doing that a lot as Paulson, and then Stephenson sends it over. Eilertson, Steer, Fleming, Korf, and then a big jump and the block for Ingrid Steer, or excuse me, Isabel Steer. Look down and saw Ingrid Rustad's name. Nuggets work it around. There's Steer again. Nice job by Paulson. Hard set over, and block doesn't quite work out. And so we've got ourselves a good tight set 3 with 7 around.
Now serving for the Vikings is number 2, Hazel Hallgren.
So Gurath with the kill there. Almost mishandled by the Nuggets on that side. As the Vikings working around, Stephenson gets it past the block. Steer turned around, and there the ball was. There it was. Past her hands and on the floor. Haugrud steps on to serve for the Vikings. Rustad to Steer. Fleming calls everyone off. Haugrud gets the dig. Paulson. And then Royce tried to push it through, but there's Izzy Steer on the block. I have her down. Now keep in mind, some of these are half blocks, so I have marked 9 check marks. So she is in the realm, I think she's in the realm of about 6 or 7 on the official books. Faith Rustad on that serve, and the Vikings couldn't handle it, so there's an ace. Rustad 5 aces now. Her first, she didn't have one in that second set. Ball sent to the back row. Good job by Steer. Here's the attack by Fleming, also finding the back row. Great job. Eilertson getting another assist. 10-8 now the score on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Faith Rustad, last time she was on that side of the floor, had a 8-point service run. Stephenson on the attack. There's Rustad. Eilertson, now the freshman Steer, goes after it. Haugrud, Paulson, Stephenson pushes it through the block. Gave her the kill. Paulson with another assist. That puts her at 8. 2 kills for Tori Stephenson. Doing a nice job in there tonight. Stephenson, she's an outside hitter and senior. And they're only down by 1. This one almost goes over the top. And I shouldn't say that. It hits the net and it turns into an ace. Wrapped up at 10 now. Stephenson with her first ace of the night. 10 around on the serve. Fleming goes to the side to get that one. She'll go on the attack after being set up by Rustad. Paulson on the set. Here's Royzum pushing it through the block. Rustad, Eilertson, Iverson on the attack. Korf dives to make it happen. See what the Nuggets can do on this one. Steer going on the hard attack. That's Izzy Steer, and puts it into the net, unfortunately. So another lead change as the Vikings take over. They are down 2-0. Fleming goes on the attack. Korf in the right spot. Paulson, now Royzum. Here's Rustad with a set along with Eilertson. Iverson will go after it. That hit the antenna. It looked like it in the Vikings were calling everybody off, but it was tipped by Pelican Rapids. So McKenna Iverson gets the kill. 11-11. Good job by Fleming on the turnaround there. But it'll go out of bounds, so that'll turn into points for Pelican Rapids. Last time these two teams met, it went 25-14, 25-18, 25-11. Different story here in the third, 25-13, 25-13, and now we're sitting at 11-12. Iverson goes on the attacks. Stephenson is there. Paulson, and then Welch sending it to the back corner. Not quite, just too far. So we'll stay at 12. Couple of, we got a good showing here from Pelican Rapids, so good to see these folks here. Glad they're supporting their team in the playoffs. A couple of them wanting a tip on that last point as Fletcher steps back on and serves. Welch going on the attack for Pelican Rapids, and the line judge says out of bounds, so the Nuggets will take that 1-point lead here in set number 3. Ellie Welch has most of the points for this Vikings team. As I say that, Fletcher comes up with a service error, so we stay tied up. Paulson will step back, and serve. Here's Anna Steer. Korf gets down, and they call Steer in the net. So there's the 1-point lead now for the Vikings. Reap stepped on in her role as the libero. She was the one digging that up. Anna Steer went on the attack. Free ball across from Welch. There's Reap once again. Eilertson on the setup for Fleming. Fleming, powerhouse to the back. Great job there for Grace Fleming. 20 assists tonight for Alex Eilertson. And last time here on YourLiveEvent.com, the first assist she got of the night was her 1,000th career. As there's a block up front there for Faith Rustad. One-point lead now in the third. Coach Rustad calling out to her team as Grace Fleming goes on the serve. Stephenson is there, Gurath, and then pushed over by Korf. Here's Steer on the attack, finds that side. Good job there for Anna Steer. She's got 10 kills. And now a timeout is called by Coach Heidi Eisemann of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The community co-op scoreboard shows a 2-point lead for the Hawley Nuggets, 16-14. They have the 2-set lead here as we are in set number 3. Don't go anywhere. YourLiveEvent.com carrying Minnesota playoff volleyball.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
A little Sweet Caroline to bring us back out of our timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bach, and glad to have the play-by-play action for you. Ben running the camera. We appreciate him and the work he's done for us this season, as well as the Hawley Nuggets have a tight set 3 on their hands. 16-14, they do have the lead, and they have the set lead as well. As Grace Fleming serves, Korf can't quite get to it. So there will be an ace trying to extend the lead. The Vikings have scored the most points tonight. They have in the night, as the other 2 sets they only got to 13. Stephenson gets to it first before Korf. Paulson, and then attacked by Eisemann. Block up front by Steer and Rustad. There, and a mark there, and click the button there. 4-point lead now. So Nuggets try to seal this one up in the first round of Section 8AA Volleyball against opponents Pelican Rapids Vikings. This one, nice job for Claudia Gurath. Assist by Paulson. And that'll bring them to 15. Eisemann on the serve. Fletcher gets to it. Eilertson, and now Steer with the kill.
That's going to be another kill for the junior Anna Steer.
Good job there for Anna Steer. I have 11 kills for her on my stat sheet. Eilertson with 22 assists. This will bring Destiny Salinas onto the floor as Steer will get a well-deserved break. Destiny Salinas, a 5'3" junior defensive specialist is what she's listed as. She will serve with the 19-15 lead. Welch tries to attack, and then the block is going to knock it out of bounds, so that'll put the point up for Pelican Rapids Vikings. Korf comes running off the field. Roisum over the field. Yes, the court. Roisum steps on. Ellie Welch on the serve. Fleming, Salinas, and then Rustad. Welch will receive it. Paulson, and then Stephenson. Good block up front, but the Vikings will successfully work with it. Nice set by Fletcher. Good push over by Eilertson, but the Vikings recover well. That would have been out, but Fletcher gets to it. They want to keep playing volleyball. That one to the back row. Great job by Faith Rustad. Assisted by none other than Alex Eilertson. Iverson steps on. Fletcher steps off. As per usual, Eilertson on the serve. Guroth, Paulson, and then Royzum. Salinas receives it on the other side. Eilertson and then Rustad tries to power it through and power it hard. She does so. So that'll make it 21-16 as Iverson steps off. And this is Leah Tibbetts who steps on. A 6-foot sophomore. Great job by Izzy Steer on the block. She's got 10 marks on my piece of paper. 22-16 serve by Eilertson into the net. So that'll be free one for the Vikings. As substitution set up here for Hazel Haugrud to come on. Guroth steps off. 22-17 in set number 3. Haugrud on the serve. Salinas on the reception. Eilertson gets the second touch, and then Tibbetts on the attack. Korf sets it up along with Paulson on the set. Stephenson pushes it through. Eilertson on the first touch through that block. Steer and then Salinas goes on the attack, but it's just too hard. Vikings come up with the point. Like the effort there put in by the junior as Salinas receives that one. Here's Rustad on the attack. Stephenson gets under, that's Eisemann, followed by Haugrud. Now we'll see the Nuggets work with it. Tibbetts trying to get in the books. This one working around, free balled over. Nice job on the recovery by the Vikings. Trying to push it through, good job by Steer. She'll get the kill. And set things back in motion for them to get rolling. 23-18 for the Nuggets. We're seeing Jada Jetvig step on for Grace Fleming. So she'll step to the front row. Jada Jetvig, a 5'8 junior, outside hitter. Faith Rustad as the chant comes from the student section on Jersey night. Attack by Royzum, blocked up front by Jada Jetvig, along with Steer. We are at the set 3-point match point as well, 24-18. Faith Rustad serves, Korf to dig. Paulson, and now Stephenson sends it over. Eilertson to Salinas. It'll be a free one across by Jetvig. Korf is there. Paulson on the setup. Here's Stephenson again, pushing it through. Salinas gets her hands on it. Good job by Tibbetts, and a free ball over by Steer. Nice save by the Nuggets. Got a good one. Blocked, but it's on the wrong side. Tibbetts on the second touch. Good push over by Rustad. That was Eisemann, Paulson, Stephenson again. Salinas on that dig. Push over by Jetvig. Haugrud is there. Paulson, now Stephenson on the attack, sending it to the back where Rustad is. This one skies high. Eilertson, now Tibbetts, puts it into the net. So we're going to keep this game alive and rolling. 24-19, Pelican Rapids. Vikings will get to serve. Tori Stephenson on the serve. Match point. This one, serve too hard. Out the back door. That is how this one closes with a 25-19 finish in set number 3 and a 3-0 game win for the Hawley Nuggets in Section 8AA playoff action. Want to thank Ben for his camera work. Thank you very much, friend. We appreciate the work you do. We'll be coming back in just a little bit. We're going to name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, so stick around for that. That's going to be fun. We're also going to talk about some of the statistics and talk about these sets here. And yeah, just appreciate you hanging around. Continue to hang around. Hopefully we can get a couple of players and Coach Rustad up here to talk a little bit here in our post-game. First round of playoff volleyball in Minnesota for Section 8AA goes to the Hawley Nuggets over the Pelican Rapids Vikings 25-13, 25-13, 25-19. And again, we'll be talking in just a little bit more action here on yourliveevent.com. Stick around.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
A Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. A Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, A Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it, and always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground application, crop protection products, and more, AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal: peak profitability. Contact AgriMax in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or online at agrimaxllc.com.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken on yourliveevent.com as we have got a final. I didn't change that. Of all the things I was doing, I didn't get that changed. It was 3-0 final for the Hawley Nuggets. 25-13, 25-13, 25-19. And we will talk statistics in just a second because we're going to go right to a couple of our players who are marching up here. And that is Grace Fleming, who is going to start us off. And again, Grace Fleming, a 5'8" senior, outside hitter, doing a nice job tonight. Grace, congratulations on the first round playoff win.
Thank you.
You guys held them pretty good. Those first two sets, that was pretty good when you can go 25-13. Ashley might want to step over this way since you're in the camera shot. But just tell me a little bit about what kind of started in the first and third set. A little bit of a rough start, but is it just kind of playoff jitters, or is it just trying to figure out what we're doing?
Yeah, I think a little bit of jitters at the beginning of both of those sets, and I think we just got a little content by the third set. But then we really pulled it together and just put the ball down instead of doing little easy stuffs, and kind of got back to basics.
I want to talk a little bit about your statistics. I'll get to more of these statistics in a second, folks, but let's talk about 3 aces, 2 blocks, and 5 kills is what I had for you. And you had a good couple of service runs there. I mean, talk about when you're getting ready for a serve. What kind of goes through your mind as you're getting ready to serve and prepping for the next moment? I mean, the next thing is huge.
Yeah. You kind of just got to clear your mind, take a deep breath, and then figure out where you're going to serve to try and get an ace. And just do the basic footwork and just focus on your serve, and after that, get right to your spot and ready to go.
So with this win, I got to look. You guys will face the winner of DGF and Frazee, and so I'm not going to assume who wins, but what's kind of the plan moving ahead based on what that outcome may be?
Definitely just getting ready for the type of team that we're going to play, and make sure we're getting our defense set up correctly and our blocks closed and up early, and also just getting down to fixing the little mistakes and cleaning it up.
Sounds good to me. Just want to let you know, as I've got some time here, I want to mention that Enbridge Energy, they have finished up Line 3, and so you can check out enbridge.com/line3.us. The reason I bring that up is because you had a couple of really good serves, and I could feel the energy coming off of you. You are my Enbridge Energy player of the game, so congratulations there. You always bring the energy, Grace. I mean, it blows my mind. You do a great job serving. You're an outside hitter, so you're set up and ready to go. So congratulations on the win again, and bringing the energy tonight. I don't know about you guys, and I can maybe ask Ashley on this, but I felt like the energy was a little lacking from both crowds, and so it was really hard for me to try to get really excited. Yeah. I mean, I was excited for you guys and for the Vikings. So again, congratulations, and on to the next.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Grace Fleming, Enbridge Energy Player of the Night, and a senior for this team, as we welcome in another senior here, number 11, Ashley Fletcher, the 5'7" setter, defensive specialist. And Ashley, same thing to you, I guess. Congratulations on the first round win. I mean, that's pretty exciting. And again, based on who it's going to be between DGF and Frazee, coming into tonight, you beat Pelican Rapids before, but each night of volleyball is a different night, so you can't just expect to win. We saw that in the third set.
Right, yeah. I think with probably going to play DGF, and if we play Frazee, either way, we've beat them all times we've played them, but just because we beat them doesn't mean we can beat them again. So I think we really have to focus on the things that we did wrong and what we did good, but mostly on the wrong so we can fix them, and then hopefully move on from that and win.
I unfortunately don't have any marks for you, but you were back there digging the ball up, and I have unofficial statistics, so you might have a few things in the book. So talk to me about, and you and I maybe have briefly visited about this, that change between you and McKenna.
Yep.
It's a good rotation. It seems to work out for you guys. Why is that rotation? Is it that McKenna is she a little taller than you and does better in the front row, or what's the reasoning for that one?
So she has a better block. She can get higher up on the net, so it makes a better block. And she's not as quick in the back row and can't read things as well as I can. So it's her tallness and then my speed.
All right, that makes a lot of sense to me. And, and like you said, being in the back row, you have to have some quickness to you. And that also, the difference there between your position being more of a defensive specialist situation, her being more of an outside hitter. You don't necessarily walk me through trying to make an attack from the back row, because you don't do that very often, but when you do, I mean, it's a pretty big deal when you're trying to set that up.
Yeah, so you just gotta find their open spots. Normally we go to 1 because that's where the setter is. But with Pelican, their setter creeps up and is in spot 7, so we try to aim for 6 with that. And I think it's tricky to get the timing right and know where to hit it, know where the open spots are, because it's so easy to hit right at the person and then it doesn't do anything for us. So knowing where the open spots are on the back row attack is difficult, but it's fun. It's fun to hit the ball in the back.
We didn't get to talk last time, and so I'm going to pose this question to you now as a senior, what this season has meant to you and what it's like to work with. I mean, you have one freshman and a junior. The Steer sisters step on and start with you guys, but it's got to be really special for all of you seniors who have grown up playing the game and have had a very successful season thus far.
Yeah, it's so fun to play with the people my age, and I'm so thankful for all of them, and I'm going to miss it so much, but I'm not even going to think about it because we're still moving on.
Absolutely. You're moving on to round 2.
Yes.
And we will see what happens. It will be hosted here because you have a higher seed over either one of those teams. So October 29th, that's Friday, 7 o'clock. We will most likely have that here on yourliveevent.com. Ashley Fletcher, senior for this Hawley Nugget team, congratulations again on the first round win.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great comments there from Ashley Fletcher along with Grace Fleming, and we appreciate their comments and them coming up to visit with us. Let's talk about these statistics a little bit and see where we go from here. We'll start with the Pelican Rapids Vikings, who fall 0-3. Excuse me, as in the statistics, they had one ace in the first and third set. That was by Paulson in the first, Stephenson in the third. Only 2 blocks, according to my stats, with Welch and Guroth getting each one in that first. Then we get into a little bit of the meat for the Vikings, as they had 2 kills in the first, 4 in the second, and 9 in the third for a total of 15. They had a good, hard-fought set 3 that they really went after it. And the Vikings wanted to stay and play, and that's what they decided to do. Tough back and forth all night, kept it tight until the Nuggets pulled away. Your leader in kills was Ellie Welch with 5 up front. She had 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third. Then it was 3 for Kelsey Eisemann, all 3 of those coming in the third. And then we saw 3 by Guroth, with 1 in the first and 2 in the third. On the assist side of things, they had 2 in the second and 6 in the third for the Vikings for a total of 8. Sophia Paulson doing her job as the setter with 9 assists. She had 3 in the first and 6. All 6 of those in the third. So let's move on to the Hawley Nuggets to talk about their statistics a little bit here. We're starting with the aces. 5 aces in that first set, 4 in the second, 3 in the third for a total of 12. Your ace leader was Faith Rustad. She had 4 in that first set, followed by 1 in the third. Then it was 3 by Steer and 3 by Fleming, along with Alex Eilertson getting 1 assist. We typically see her with a few more, but here towards the end of the season, into postseason, Alex Eilertson, I'm not going to say struggling at all on the serves, but just changing things up a little bit, so that makes it different. 6 in the blocks category, 6 in the first, 12 in the second, and 10 in the third for a total of 28. Your leader in blocks tonight, again, unofficial, Isabel Steer. I have 11 marks down with 2 in the first, 5 in the third, and 5 in the second, 4 in the third. I got to catch my brain up to my mouth here. Faith Rustad with 6 total, and Anna Steer with 4 blocks on the night. In the kills category, a total of 31 with 13 in the first and then 9 in the second and third. Your kill leader tonight was Anna Steer with 11, 4 in that first set. Then she had 5 in the second, 2 in the third. That was followed by Faith Rustad with 7, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Then you had Izzy Steer with 4. That was followed by McKenna Iverson with 3 and Alex Eilertson with 2. Speaking of Alex Eilertson, there was she had the assists. She had all but 1 of the 26 assists. 11 in the first total for the team. Anna Steer had 1 in that set. Then it was 6 and then 9 in the second and third sets. So that is how our statistics go, as again the Nuggets take out the Pelican Rapids Vikings in 3-0. We'll come back. We'll recap those sets. We'll see if Coach Rustad will come up and join us as well. So we'll take a quick break here on yourliveevent.com. Come back with Coach's comments, and we'll talk recap on the score and talk about what's coming up next on yourliveevent.com and for the Hawley Nuggets. So stick around. We've got more action.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Rock Solid Concrete. Give them a call at 701-238-4523 to get a free estimate on all your concrete projects. Services provided are, but not limited to, decorative stamp patios, decorative stamp sidewalks, new and replacement driveways and sidewalks, garage, shop, and shed pad floors, and residential and commercial flat work. They would love to sit down with you and find a plan that works best for your projects. Call Rock Solid Concrete at 701-238-4523.
On yourliveevent.com, we return as we are going to talk with Coach Kathleen Rustad of the Hawley Nuggets as they go 25-13, 25-13, 25-19. Coach Rustad, starting off, you got to be impressed with the first two sets. Holding them to 13, that's pretty good, especially in the first round of playoffs. And it's been almost 2 months since you saw this team. So we did see some improvements from the Vikings compared to the last time when we saw them.
Yes, Heidi knows what she's doing over there. And you know what? Anything goes when it comes to playoff time. So you know the girls are going to amp it up a little bit too. So, yeah, it was a fun game. A lot of excitement like we talked about before the game. You know, there's a lot of emotions running high and low and everywhere in between. So.
And I think maybe those emotions played a little bit at the beginning of the game. A little bit of a slow start for the Nuggets. The Vikings got off to a little bit of a run. We saw it again in the third set. But your team able to correct a little bit. Would you blame it on emotions or would you blame it on... You don't have to blame it on anything, I guess. I don't know what the question is. I wonder what happened there for a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder too. You wonder what goes to their minds sometimes. They came with aggressive serves too. Maybe that surprised them a little bit too. I think they gap out sometimes. Remember, you got to do the work. It's not going to just come to you.
Right.
But they turn around. They figured it out.
One of the things we were talking about briefly there during the commercial is taking a look at the unofficial statistics. The freshman, Izzy Steer, showing up tonight, and the team in general showing up at the net tonight. You got to be really happy with the way the block game was working.
Yeah, they looked pretty hungry at the net tonight. I'm not going to lie there. It didn't matter who it was. We were getting blocks on the left, right, middle, all over the place. So hard for Pelican to come at us tonight, I guess. We were ready at the net.
Unofficially, once again, 25 assists for Alex Eilertson, doing her job as the setter, so you have to be impressed with her as a senior doing that job. We talked about that mid-season where she just seems to get better and better, and I think we saw that improvement again tonight. We saw her with a couple off-time sets over, and then you have to be happy with the way Anna Steer was performing along with Face Rustad, all because Eilertson's able to set up just some phenomenal balls for them.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to send it back to the pass, too. There was a couple times in there where the passers got a little off and we didn't get as much offense going. But, our passers and servers came out for the most part and made it a little bit easier for Alex. But she was running down balls, even if they weren't perfect passes. They're creating a real neat trust relationship on the court. It's fun to see that.
Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for you guys. If I can try to find... and maybe you've heard, I have not heard who won the other side, but what's the thought process, decision making? We know DGF, a rival, and is very tough. You'll either be hosting them or be hosting Frazee, who was a little, let's just say, a little on the weaker side, but that doesn't mean, again, we're in playoff mode, so that's all off the board. We are in a new season, basically.
Yeah. We are very excited. We definitely didn't look past Pelican because they have some great athletes on their team. Coming up for DGF, again, rivals. It doesn't matter if it's a playoff game or not. Girls are going to be anxious to get on the court seeing black across the net. So they're excited for this game.
You have 1 day to prep for that game. Is there anything special you want to go over, anything in practice? I know at this point as well, You come on the end of the regular season going to playoffs, so it's important to keep everybody healthy and make sure you're not doing anything ridiculous practice-wise or outside of practice that anyone's getting hurt or anything. Keeping health up.
Yeah. I think going into tournament time, morale is a real big thing. These girls are trusting each other on the court. Not to say they can't learn something newer. If we are a student of the game, there's always something to learn. So let's be hopeful in the next couple days that they're still hungry to learn, hungry to go for something that they haven't yet reached.
Coach Kathleen Rustad, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets. Congratulations on the first round win. On to the second.
Thank you.
Again, Coach Rustad for her team, and some great comments there. Talk about the seniors. Thank you very much. As sit here and think about going on to the next round, and it's a new game, it's a new night, and we've heard that multiple times. And I enjoy talking with Coach Rustad. We got to be a student of the game. You got to be a student of your practice, any and all of that. That goes all across life. So really appreciate those comments from her here at our post-game show. And once again, want to say that our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game was Grace Fleming. She did a great job bringing the energy tonight. I thought that the gym lacked a little energy. And speaking of which, let's do a little recap here, and I'll send you all on your way. In the first set, it was 25-13 for the Nuggets. A slow start with some mistakes by the Nuggets, and maybe a little bit of nerves here in that first round of playoffs as the Vikings got ahead, but then the Nuggets got rolling with an 8-point service run by Faith Rustad. Then that was enough of a lead to keep things rolling to get to the win. In the second set, it was another 25-13 set. Strong start by the Nuggets, good service runs for Anna Steer and Grace Fleming. Then a couple of hard hits by both teams, putting the ball out of bounds, and that made it a little bit of a struggle for a bit, but then the set rally by the Vikings was cut short as they tried to get back in it, and good job by the Nuggets snuffing that out. Then in the third set, the Vikings wanted to stay and play more volleyball. So a tough set for both teams, going back and forth, some mistakes by both. Back and forth we went, and finally a 25-19 pull away by the Hawley Nuggets. So what's that mean? Well, we go to the second round of playoff volleyball action here, and we're going to have that action for you on yourliveevent.com. Friday night, 7 o'clock, they will be taking on the winner between Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, and Frazee. DGF number 3 in the seedings, and Frazee number 6, but anything can happen in playoff volleyball. On the other side of the bracket for things, Barnesville had a bye for tonight, but they'll be in action Friday night against the winner between Perham and Fergus Falls. That'll be at 7 o'clock as well. And then we'll have to see what happens on the north side of this 8AA section. Monongah Red Lake played tonight. Warroad East Grand Forks as well. And then number 2, Thief River Falls hosted Crookston. And number 3, Roseau hosted Park Rapids. So we'll see how that all pans out. You can go to rjbroadcasting.com, find the brackets, also find all the updated scores, all of that fun stuff. And you can also find the recaps that we write for these different games throughout the ones that we cover through radio and on yourliveevent.com. On yourliveevent.com, of course, powered by all the great sponsors you saw tonight, along with Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. And one more quick look here at the schedule for tomorrow night on yourliveevent.com. We've got Grafton and Hillsborough Central Valley and North Dakota Region 2 volleyball. Red Lake County Central will be at Ada Borup West in Section 8A Minnesota volleyball playoffs. And then that's a 6:30 start for those that one, and the Shanley Fargo South volleyball match. 5:30 start for the Grafton Hillsborough Central Valley game, according to Your Live Event. Friday, there is a football playoff in North Dakota, 11A. Dickinson versus Fargo South. Will also have some volleyball coming your way that as well here on yourliveevent.com. Well, once again, we saw 25-13, 25-13, 25-19 finish for the Hawley Nuggets. They move on to round 2, knocking the Pelican Rapids Vikings out of the playoff contention here in Section 8AA volleyball playoff action. Glad to have Minnesota playoff volleyball. Man, where did the season go? Here we go into the postseason a little bit further. Thanks again to all the great sponsors you saw here tonight, and thank them for helping make this possible, along with those you see rotating in the corner. Thanks again to Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, and Community Co-op Scoreboard, along with Enbridge Energy as well. Once again, a 3-0 sweep on round 1 for the Nuggets over the Vikings on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken, and we will see you down the road with more action coming in a few days. Thanks so much.
We'll be right back.